The message. I feel like the message in the song is probably the most important ingredient, along with melody line, of course. All songs, regardless of the genre, all songs have a message. They're relaying the content to their listening audience. So I think it's very important to know what your message is about, what you're trying to say to your listening audience, and to get that across so they won't forget it. But I like to refer to my music as message music. It has an influence. I want it to have an influence in people's lives. I want it to have a positive influence, matter of fact. And so therefore the message and themes that I like to write about and feel natural to me are most of the time pretty encouraging. And so the message would be important. Well, a good hook is very important. We're always looking for that great hook because that's connected to the message. And I like to write things that are important to me, and the goal would be concerning faith, my family, and families in general, life in general. I'm a pretty optimistic person. I've always been that way. I've always seen the glass as half full, not half empty. But it would be important. My goal in thinking about songwriting would be writing about that hook. And I'm still learning. I'm still in school, and I don't know anyone that has the complete final say-so in songwriting, but that would be it, the great hook. And that's what we're all looking for. Oh, well, that's easy. Had a lot of physical things happen. I had some health issues, and as anyone knows, that can slow you down and actually kind of remove you from, the workplace in music. And so that was a big part of the last few years, some serious health issues. And then we experienced, as most families in life, some family issues that my wife and I felt like that were so important that we concentrate on our family, on our children and children's children, that we just devoted our time and our life to the situations at hand. And I can tell you this, it was the right decision, because at the end of the day, our personal goals and our personal dreams and things, they're not the most important thing in life when it comes to your family life. And so the Lord just intervened, and I'll tell you, He brought us through everything we were going through, and my body is healed, our family is healed, and we're doing great, and I'm back, and we're just having a good time in life. Well, I wrote that song pretty quickly. As any songwriter would tell you, sometimes you can write a song in 30 minutes or an hour and it's done, and then sometimes they linger and for months or years perhaps. But that song, I think, is the song fits for the time that we're living in. Point the way. It's a tremendous inspirational country song, and I think that the message in it tells people the direction they can go when they're going through a lot of problems in life. What do they do? Where do I go? Where do I turn? So point the way. Well, the title tells you, hey, look, this is the way, and focus on that. And so I'm happy that we made that decision to release that song as a single. And I hope it's a blessing, and I trust it is to the radio listening audience. Well, to a singer-songwriter, what's really important if you're really serious about getting your music and message to the radio marketplace, you need a good record promoter. You need someone that is experienced, someone that understands the business, that understands the artist. And Higgins, HMG Nashville, I met Gene Higgins years ago before he developed the HMG promotional company. And he was a man of vision, dreams, and a man with a dream who has a vision, meaning direction. You can't keep them down. And so I thank God that, I selected HMG, and because they can get records to the marketplace, to a large amount of stations, and they know how to get the attention of the disc jockey, the people that spin these records and play them for us. But I'm grateful for the connection. Well, I have several songs that I'm considering. One of them is entitled Always Say Grace, and I think that's going to be a good song. High Winds, Shifting Sand is another tune that I'm considering. And then I've just finished this tune entitled Take a Slow Walk. And it's finally arriving at that decision is always tough, of course, but I think maybe at this time it's going to be Always Say Grace. And to give you a little taste of it, the chorus goes like this. You'll always be a winner, always lead the race, never be disappointed, no matter what you face. Share your heart with your friends, keep a smile on your face. Never forget, always say grace. So consider that, because I like that. Always, never forget, always say grace. Well, that's pretty easy to answer because I was raised in the mountain area of Virginia, outside of Blacksburg, Virginia. Everyone's familiar with Virginia Tech. Up in the mountains, I was raised there in a little place called Hiawassee, Virginia. Didn't have any running water or indoor plumbing. My grandparents were Pentecostal preachers, Reverend Elmer and Lummy Shelton, and throughout their house, it was pianos, guitars, mandolins, auto harps, all of these instruments. And so then that was a part of it. And then, of course, church. Knowing that in church we'd sing all those songs, and it was fun, and we enjoyed it. And that's when really not only me, but my other lots of members of my family are very talented and are in music. We knew that this was what we were supposed to be doing, that the Lord had blessed us and called us to be in music. And it goes back to that question about message and of having the right message. We feel like it's very important. But that's how I knew, because it became natural to me. And it's just comfortable. Well, that's a lot of people, of course, as most singers and songwriters, and all of us have a lot of influences. But, you know, looking back, I think about my musician friends in Hiawassee, Virginia, banjo players and different ones. And then in high school in Richmond, Virginia, there I listened a lot to what we call soul music, R&B on the radio. Loved that stuff, man, those horns and all those guitar riffs and bass lines. And then I was blessed to get connected with Bill Lowry Talent in Atlanta, Georgia. And that was a big influence because of the in-house recording artists and writers and producers. You had Dennis Shows and the Classics 4. You had Billy Joe Royal, Joe South, Tommy Rowe, and then Buddy Bowie, J.R. Cobb. These record producers and writers, and that evolved into the Atlanta Rhythm section. And I watched and listened intently because, man, they were making some good records, good top 40 songs, and just good stuff. And one fella, I was always played this place down in Pensacola, Florida, and I met this fella there, record producer, named Papa Don Schroeder. Great fella. He would come into the club we were playing, and afterwards he took me to his studio often and showed me the studio, of course, and he produced the song "I'm Your Puppet," among many records he produced with James and Bobby Purify. And he taught me how to ping pong on a 4-track and different things. And so they were a big influence in my life, writers and producers. And looking back, I wished I'd paid a lot more attention to these guys, because they sure were and still are very talented. They know how to make records. Well, I guess where it really got started was in Atlanta, Georgia, with Bill Lowry Talent. I think that was the foundation of it. We had a group there entitled the Jammer Kids. We were a touring band in the nightclub circuit, and of course we did shows with these artists, Billy Joe Royal, Tommy Rowe, and all kind of people. Like I said, Joe South, and on and on. But I think that was the big thing that got me to knowing that, hey, I want to make records, I want to do this, and I enjoy it. So I would say that was the kick starter, and then that had the influence in my life. Oh, important question. More importantly, the answer. The most important break. Well, that's when the Lord Jesus Christ came into my life, when I finally stopped running from God and realized that I couldn't do anything without Him. Now, I'm going to tell you, that was the game changer. That's when it all came together, and music, life, faith, family, everything, it finally made sense, and it had a direction, where to go and where to go, when to go, and all those things. So that was the big break, because without that, who knows? I mean, really, in my career, I have been with a lot of artists who have overdosed in drugs, who have made some very wrong choices and different things. So I'm thankful to God that He stopped me in my tracks and got my attention. So the short answer, an important answer, is my relationship with Jesus Christ. I'll tell you, without that, music has no melody. A song has no words. Well, interestingly, country music artists and musicians are just generally, in my opinion, for most part, are just very earthy, down to earth, good people of good values, and that's not to take away anything from any other genre, but I like country music because most artists and most musicians, everybody that's involved in this genre, and it's an important genre, but it's huge, huge business. Most time, the musicians and artists and writers and everyone, they're not ashamed of their faith, their relationship with the Lord. They really are very family oriented, and so I think that makes it real. And so the songs and things that all of the singers and writers and studios, everything as a rule and as a whole, are producing some great music that has good influence, a good positive influence on people. And we want to see it stay that way. And I do, speaking for me, I wanted to see it stay that way. So that's the answer for that. Huge, big time. Very big influence. I think that it's, for most part, people get most of their information from entertainment, the entertainment world, their information. And they base their opinions on social issues by the music that they listen to. So I think it has a huge influence in America. And that's why it's even more important that we singer-songwriters are really writing about things that are going to have a positive influence into people's lives. You know, I can't say enough about that. And I know that it may be a little risky to go in this direction, but I want people to hear what I have to say. I want it to matter, and it's important. And I think as a singer and a writer, no matter what level we all are, it's important that we, are very particular about what we are saying through our music.